Dear students, I have already taught you about parts of speech, articles and prepositions briefly. Today in this class I am going to teach you time, tense and aspect. Our topic name is time, tense and aspect. Okay, you know, tenses is the one of the most important topics to learn English language. In this chapter we know that active voice and passive voice, but here we are going to learn one more thing. It is your English textbook for regular intermediate students. Take a textbook from your management or from outside, but I am your English faculty. This is my responsibility to encourage you to get a textbook of your own. Okay, time, tense and aspect. Before starting tenses or before learning the tenses clearly, you have to know one thing, that you have to know a pronouns table very clearly, because you have to know what is the first person, what is the second person and what is the third person. Third person singulars are very important to learn tenses clearly. Number one, pronouns table. Number two, all auxiliary verbs. That means primary auxiliary is called be forms, do forms and have forms. And other thing, modal auxiliaries are modal verbs. Such will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might, must, need, dare, ought to and used to. These are called modal auxiliaries or modal verbs. M-O-D-A-L. If you learn these things clearly, you can learn all the tenses so easily. Okay, what is time, tense and aspect? You have to learn one thing. Tense is a grammatical category rather than with reality. It has to do with how events are placed, seen and referred to along the past, present, future timeline. But a present tense doesn't always refer to present time, nor a past tense to past time. The present and past tenses can refer to all three segments of the timeline: past, present and future. Present tense ఎప్పుడు present tense నే చెప్పదు, ఫ్యూచర్ టైంని కూడా ఇండికేట్ చేస్తుంది. పాస్ట్ టెన్స్ ప్రజెంట్ సిచ్యువేషన్, ప్రజెంట్ టైంని కూడా ఇండికేట్ చేస్తుంది. ఇవి మీరు మినిమం తెలుసుకుని దిగితే you will never be perplexed. Okay, let us see some examples. Sometimes the past tense will show you future action by adding some adverbial words, etc. Okay, let us see firstly how the present tense show future time. Suppose one example, the World Cup starts next week. Here we are speaking future time by using present tense. The World Cup starts next week. That means we presume that it is going to be started soon. The tense is used here present tense, present simple tense, but the time is future time, next week. The World Cup starts next week. The class starts in 5 minutes or within 5 minutes. Though it takes 5 minutes time in future, we use present simple tense here. I am going to start a business. Though we use the present continuous tense, we are showing future action. I am going to start a business. The past tense may be used to speak about a present event. Sometimes past tense ను ఉపయోగించుకుని present status మనము చెప్పొచ్చు. Always it is linked with conditional words or conditional tenses. Example, if I had more money, I would buy a car, I would have a car. Though we used here past tense, or we use past tense here, we are showing present state or situation. Did you tell him you are busy or you were busy? That we may use that. Did you tell him that you are busy now? We may use that one also. Did you tell him that you are busy in that time? We can use in both ways. We may use past tense and we may show present time situation. These are the things. Okay, you can see here what are the primary auxiliaries: be forms, do forms, and have forms. At the same time, modal auxiliaries or modal verbs. You can see there: will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might, must, need, dare, ought to, and used to. So I am going to show you total tenses as a table here before starting rules one by one. Before starting rules of tenses one by one. See carefully. The present tenses are there. I mean the active voice table I am showing. At the same time, passive voice table. What are the missing passive voice? We need not maintain a passive voice for all tenses. Here, all perfect continuous tenses do not maintain passive voice. At the same time, future continuous and conditional continuous. Because here we are showing total structure of tenses, both active and passive voice. By seeing all the tenses in single glance, you can learn all the rules of each and every tense very easily. See here, each and every tense maintains full stop at the end of every sentence. Every sentence starts with a capital letter and closes with a full stop or question mark or exclamatory mark. This is the feature of a sentence. Sentence కు ఉండాల్సిన లక్షణం ఇది. సెంటెన్స్ అంటేనే క్యాపిటల్ లెటర్తో స్టార్ట్ అవ్వాలి, తప్పనిసరిగా ఫుల్ స్టాప్ కానీ క్వశ్చన్ మార్క్ కానీ ఎక్స్క్లమేటరీ మార్క్తో కానీ క్లోజ్ అవ్వాలి. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ఎ సెంటెన్స్. Otherwise, if there is no full stop or exclamatory mark or question mark at the end, it is called phrase. A phrase doesn't maintain beginning capital letter and ending full stop or exclamatory mark or question mark. A sentence should maintain these two things: beginning capital and closing with any one punctuation mark among these three: full stop or question mark or exclamatory mark. This is the feature of a sentence. Let us come to the rules of the tenses. Before learning the tenses rules, you have to know one thing. What are those things you have to learn? Number one, yes or es rule in present tenses. See here, all present tenses for third person singulars, you have to use or you have to add yes or es to the verb. Suppose I see, we see, you see, he sees, it sees, she sees, but they see. Why? He, she, it maintains sees. All remaining persons maintain only see. These are called third person singulars. Observe carefully. I do, we do, you do, but he does, she does. We are adding es here. It does, they do again. There is no rule for third person plural. Only for third person singulars he, she, it maintains such a difference. Observe carefully. Even continuous tense also. I am going, we are going, you are going, but he is going, she is, it is going. Okay? Even in perfect tense also. I have gone, We have gone. You have gone. But he has gone, she has gone, it has gone, they have gone again. Only he, she, it has. Okay? Observe it. Even future perfect tense also you can observe carefully. This is one of the important thing when you learn the tenses. Even passive voice also you observe. I am seen, we are seen, you are seen, but he is seen, it is seen, she is seen, they are seen. That is the thing you have to learn. Okay. Rule number, exceptional rule 2. Normally present tenses and future tenses are joined with what? In conditional tenses. In all conditional tenses we use present tense with future tense and past tense with conditional tense. Observe, present tense with future tense and past tense with conditional tense. I say now one example. Carefully observe. I will come there if you say. If you say is a present tense, I will come there is future tense. We added these two clauses and joined as a sentence. I will come there if you say. And a present and a future. I told him that he would do. Or if he told me, I would come to your home. If he had told me, I would have come to your home. This is the conditional tenses usage. Okay? These are called conditionals. There are some zero conditionals also, we will learn afterwards. Third rule is, if you speak casually, you have to use shall with first person and will with second and third persons. Shall with first person and will with second and third persons. If you would like to tell or say firmly about your future action, then you have to use will with first person and shall with second and third persons. Okay? I think that you can understand what I say here. This is the rule of will and shall. And the fourth one is, to know about shall and will and would, shall and should rules, you can learn all tenses rules, and also you can learn all these things very clearly when I teach you modal verbs, okay, or modal auxiliaries. You can learn these things when the chapter comes to you. Okay, let us start. Some special rules. Okay, he has been to Italy. That means she has now come back. She has gone to Italy. That means she went away. But she has been to Italy. That means she has now come back. Pussycat, pussycat, where have you been? Have been to London. It is a good rhyme to children. They practice it usually in their kindergarten school. Pussycat, pussycat, where have you been? Have been to London. That means I have come back from London. He had been to Italy. That means he has come back long ago. He had been to Italy means he went there and came back long ago. She has gone to Italy. That means she is there now or on her way there. She has never driven a car before. She has never driven a car before. That means she has no experience, past experience. Has he driven a car before? Ever before? Has he driven a car before or ever before? Has he had that experience previously? Such kind of things. Important thing before starting these tenses, as I have taught you, there are two things, active voice and passive voice. Both tables are shown to you. Okay? But one thing, all verbs are not used in passive voice. Suppose, sometimes all verbs are not used in active voice also. Suppose born, born. It is always used with passive voice. There are very few things are like that. It is not important, but most of the verbs are not used in passive voice, remember that. These are directly They are not used directly. These are called intransitive verbs. Transitive verbs are used in both active and passive voice. But intransitive verbs are not used in passive voice directly. Remember that carefully. Suppose some verbs, laugh, weep, dance, such kind of verbs are not used in passive voice. We cannot say, she is danced. I am a dance, చెయ్యబడిందను. He is laughed అను. అతను నవ్వబడ్డాడను. She is wept అను. ఆమె ఏడవబడిందను. Such kind of things, such kind of verbs are not used in passive voice. That is the reason dictionary shows verb tr, verb intr అని బ్రాకెట్స్లో ఇస్తారు. That means verb, transitive verb, intransitive verb అని. Intransitive verb means it is not used in passive voice directly, or mostly it is not used. Okay, let us start rules. Firstly, let us know about present simple rules. Tense, what is the tense? Present simple tense rules. It has 7 rules. If you learn this present simple tense carefully, all tenses and those rules are very easy to you. Most of the people usually use only present continuous tense. It is the easiest tense. Everybody uses it. I am going, they are going, it is eating, that is barking, the dog is barking, they are coming. It is very casual and usual tense. Everybody uses it. But present simple tense should be learned very clearly. It has 7 rules. Rule number 1. What is always unnecessarily true? For universal truths, this tense is always used. Example, the sun shines by day and the moon by night. సూర్యుడు పగలు, చంద్రుడు రాత్రులు ప్రకాశించును. It is always truth. It is called universal truth. This type of or such type of sentences always should be taught in or always should be used in present simple tense only. There is no way. Things equal to the same things are equal to one another. రెండు సమాంతర విషయాలు ఒకదానికొకటి సమాంతరంగా ఉంటాయి. They are not at all changed. Next, the earth rotates around itself, or the earth rounds around the sun. The earth rotates around itself. భూమి తన చుట్టూ తాను తిరుగుతుంది. It is universal truth, always and necessarily true. ఇట్లాంటి విషయాలు ఇప్పుడు ప్రజెంట్ సింపుల్లోనే వాడాలి. రూల్ నెంబర్ 1 ఈజ్ ఓవర్. రూల్ నెంబర్ 2, వాట్ ఈజ్ పర్మనెంట్ ఆర్ హ్యాబిచువల్ ఇన్ లైఫ్ ఆర్ క్యారెక్టర్? పర్మనెంట్ హ్యాబిచువల్ యాక్షన్స్ are said in present simple tense. Examples, he keeps his promises. మాట మీద నిలబడే వ్యక్తి. It is his permanent habitual action. He has good health. That means spontaneous feature. Okay, the health is very good. That means he has good health. She eats slowly. It is permanent habitual action. Rule number 3, you may say A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whatever the way you may call. C, it is used to denote the abilities and occupations. Abilities or occupations. సామర్థ్యాలను, వృత్తులను చెప్పడానికి we use this tense only. Suppose, he can drive 2 bicycles at a time. He can drive 2 bicycles at a time. The circus man can drive 2 bikes at a time. సర్కస్ వారు 2 బైక్లు ఒకేసారి నడిపిస్తారు. It is their ability or his ability. She works as a teacher. It is her occupation. He works as an engineer. She works as a teacher. Such kind of things always should be said in present simple tense. Okay, rule number 4 or D, whatever it may be. 4th rule, what is present provided the present time is implied the context. Present time ni తెలియపరిచే ప్రతి విషయాన్ని present simple లోనే మాట్లాడతాం. Example, I understand what you say. Sir, I understand what you say. A teacher or a lecturer can ask you, do you understand what I say here? Both are going at present time. So such kind of things should be told or should be said in present simple tense. Do you understand what I say here? Such kind of things. The door is open. That is the present time situation. It is not shut. The door is open. It is not shut. I can see what is going on there. Such kind of things. Okay, rule number 5 or G, whatever it may be. If it is felt that future action is not so long, if you feel that future action is taking place very soon, you can say present is, those such kind of sentences should be used in present simple tense. If it is felt that future action is not so long, okay, example, he comes in a few days time. Future simple also can be used. He will come in a few days time. But usually we use he comes in a few days time. కొన్ని రోజుల్లోనే అతను వచ్చేస్తాడు. Though the time is, it has some future time, we feel it going to take place soon. We feel that it is going to take place soon. In such kind of times also we use present simple tense. When do you start for Delhi? Or when will you start for Delhi? If you feel that it is very soon, it takes place very soon, we use that. When do you start for Delhi? Or when will you start for Delhi? We can use both. We can use both the tenses, either present simple or future simple. Rule number 6 or F. What is past provided that the event expressed in the verb is known to be past? For example, when we teach or say historical events or dramatic directions or movie directions, we use present simple only. We do not use all grammatical structures and all tenses to waste the time. Suppose we say now Babur is ruling. That means Babur ruled long back, but we are teaching history class, so we have to Babur is ruling and the enemies. In that way we explain. This is called the historic or graphic presentation. Suppose Babur now leads, that means then he led his men through the Kibar Pass and enters the plains of India. History lecturer or history teacher is teaching history. He need not use all the tenses to waste the time. He teaches in that way. For the presentation of historical classes, we use present simple. Okay, at the same time, a drama and a movie directions, we use present simple tense. Esther crosses the room and locks the door. Simply, the director or any director can explain action to the actors like this. Now villain comes suddenly and tries to chase you, but hero comes immediately and tries to rescue you. That means director is explaining some character, what to do and how to act in that situation. He need not use all the tenses to explain the situation. Okay, that is the thing you have to understand. Last rule and 7th rule. Next moment or near future incidents are said in the present simple tense. The next incident, near future actions can be said in present simple tense. Simply we can say, just wait, I come to you. That means it takes place within few seconds or minutes. Just wait, I come to you now. In that way. That means it is going to take place within few seconds or minutes. I came to you. She starts the business very soon. She starts the business very. Now the business is not with them, but she is going to start. She starts the business soon. Such kind of things are said in present simple tense. These are called near future actions. Let us close this class with some important points. In this tense, the words like now, always, usually and frequently are come. In this present simple tense, the words like now, always, usually, frequently, such kind of words are used. Second point, in this tense, if there are words like may, can, such kind of I can do, he can do వచ్చినప్పుడు, we do not add yes to third person singulars. Actually he does. But double verb, if we use double verb, he can do, we shouldn't say he can does, because we used already double verb. Okay? He does, it is right. But if we use the modal verb can like this, double verb, he can do, it is enough. We need not use he can does, such kind of things. It is one of the important things. In this way, may God bless you. God bless you, suppose. If you use it as a imperative sentence, God bless you means may God bless you. That is imperative sentence. May is hidden. That is why we don't use blesses. But if it is used as statement, God blesses you. That is statement. If it is used as exclamatory or imperative sentence, may God bless you. May is hidden, you need not use God blesses you. You can use by the context, God blesses you or may God bless you. Anyone is correct. We are going to learn so many things in coming classes. He can do. The tub contains bucket of water. The tub contains bucket of water, is correct. God is self-cause. Devudu swayam sambhutudu. It is present simple tense. Okay. In coming days we are going to learn the present perfect tense and the present perfect continuous tense, present continuous tense, all these tenses. What are the differences between present perfect and the past simple tense? The rules and differences can be taught will be taught to you in coming classes. Prepare well and once again repeat and rewind this class and try to learn the tenses table, the tenses active and passive voice tables and auxiliary verbs, primary auxiliaries and modulary auxiliaries carefully, and get ready by reading your textbook parts of grammar carefully and try to learn more classes very clearly in coming days. Okay.